There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotion had an echo in so much space. When you out there without care, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know, no. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. I hope that you're having the time of your life. Think twice. That's my only advice. Oh, who do you think you are? Oh, bless your soul. You think you're in control. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Just like me. My heroes had the
Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here in the big LSK. We call it the LSK because this is where we live. This is where we live, breathe, and walk to and fro on the face of the city, everybody. Hope you guys slept well. Incidentally, happy cleaning day. Before we get into anything else, let me say happy cleaning day. Let's inculcate a culture of personal hygiene, of cleanliness. Let us all adopt the mantra, it is my city, it's my responsibility. If every single one of us adopted this mantra, you know what a mantra is? It's a saying, a chant. If every one of this allowed this to permeate the very essence of our cerebellum, if we allow this mantra to be a part of who we are, this nation would be different. But as long as you keep shirking the responsibility off onto others, you know the word shirk, not shake, shirk. Shirk means to shift. You know, as long as you shirk, as long as you push the responsibility off onto others and say they will do it, you'll always have a problem with filth, decadence, degradation, and debauchery. There you go. So let's all be clean. Let's make sure that wherever we're trading, wherever we're going, wherever in the bus, we so pama window nga chintu nga umwina Zambia nefiko pama window lishido. When I tell you that umwina Zambia nga ikalapa bus aleli enkonde aleli aka biscuit yako ka packet nga kapwa ka chite kalya bapose pa window. It is the most annoying thing on the planet. But if every one of us takes on that responsibility and says, this is my city, this is my responsibility, and I will play my part in ensuring that we live in a conducive, clean environment. We have to be environmentally conscious. There's a phrase for you. And if we do that, cholera won't be such a big deal. I mean, the reason we're grappling with cholera is fecal. Ifiko. Cholera, it means a people of Afiko. Bala tuseka. You mean those Zambians are still fiddling and fussing and grappling with the cholera? It means Bafiko. Those are the conversations they are having there in the hallowed halls of the international community. So let's change that. And we can do it. We can do it in this lifetime. We can do it with this generation. Let's start with the kids. Let's start with the children. If you start with the little babies, then there's hope. If you start with the little nursery school children, there's hope, boy. If you go into the secondary schools and the universities and colleges and the higher institutions of learning all across this nation, oh, honey, there's hope. There's hope, I tell you. I see it on the horizon. There's hope. All right. Well, hey, guys, just very quickly, a few shout outs to you before I begin. And someone says, I always fiko chine chine. Fabi. If we go, now 2024, can you imagine? This ain't 1936. This ain't pre-independence 1964. This here is 2024. Are you telling me that we've got a people that are still grappling with the issue of Ifiko? Imagine in 2024. Bo Allen, my friend, says it, Porte. You can't say it any better than Bo. I mean, this right here, this statement right here, Ifiko Fiachira, Namu 2024, just imagining, that's a sermon right there, boy. You could preach for 2.5 hours just with that phrase right there from Bo Allen. We need to change, y'all. I'm telling you, there has to be a seismic tectonic shift in the way we think as Zambians. It's time, boy. We've been struggling with this long enough. We have. And it's time for us to change that. And we can do it. I'm telling you, we can. Every single one of us can do it. Honestly. Thank you, Bo. Love you. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Hello. A few shout outs. I think, well, this person says, I think it's a bigger problem than Ifiko. Well, that's where it starts from. It starts from there, and then it bleeds into everything else. The Word of God says, a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. Okay? It starts from there. That's where it starts from. Okay. Let's get into it. Guys, there's something I want to talk to you about that I think is important. And I think you and I need to gather around and talk about it. Okay? Let's talk about Kaiser Zulu. You guys remember him? Do you remember Kaiser Zulu? There was a time that the sun wouldn't set on Kaiser Zulu's influence and power over there at State House. He was more than a State House aide. They named him a political advisor. And I've had the privilege, I've had the occasion of talking to Kaiser Zulu a couple of times on the phone. I never did meet him personally. I never met him personally, but I did talk to him on the phone once. And I got the sense, based upon what I was reading about him, the way I would view him. No, sorry. Please forgive me. That's not true. I've just remembered. I met him at the PF mayoral rally when Miles Sampa was running for mayor. The PF hired me to do a video, a rally video, and I met Kaiser Zulu there. That's right. I met him once, but I did speak to him on the phone as well. Please forgive me. My memory just, when you get to 53, sometimes you forget stuff. Okay, so please forgive me for forgetting that. But in what I remember about Kaiser Zulu at that rally is that he was very protective of sixth President Lungu. And of course, President Lungu was president at that time. And I remember trying to get on stage right after the president showed up. I was trying to get on stage. And then Kaiser literally stood by the door and he just blocked the door. So, I tried to act nonchalant about it. I tried to act a matter-of-factly about it, like I was going to walk through. And there I was with my little tripod, trying to get through. And Kaiser looks at me and he didn't say anything, but the look on his face was, you're not getting through here, Mwel. I don't know who the hell you think you are, Mwel, but you're not getting through here. So, I abandoned that effort and I went down to the crowd and stuff. And, but that's my first recollection of Kaisa. But you remember that 6th President Lungu hired Kaisa as a political advisor. Here it is, Kaiser Zulu, I'll throw it up here, former political advisor to 6th Zambian President Edgar Lungu. Now, the reason he's been in the news is that sometime around 2023, Kaisa Zulu was arrested and charged with turning a government vehicle, government property, a government issue, a government seal. He turned that government vehicle into a personal vehicle. And the government basically said, well, this is not a good thing, Kaisa. So we need to bring you in. So they arrested him. And when they arrested him, Lumezi MP Munir Zulu and his friend Mwembeshi, those guys from Chilubi, offered themselves as sureties. Munir Zulu burst the court doors open. He walked in. He said, I got something to say. The man you've got there is a friend of mine, and I'm going to offer myself as surety. I'm going to lay my neck on the line for him. So show me the documents. Let me sign my life away, because I believe everything this guy is telling you. And I'm confident that I can stand in the gap for Kaisa. Munir Zulu looked at that judge. He said, Judge, I don't know what you got on your mind, but let me tell you, I will do everything within my power to stand in the gap for Kaisa. Show me the documents. Let me sign them. Boy, I tell you, that judge got those documents. He tossed them at Kaisa. At Munir. Munir grabbed the documents. He signed them, boy. Now, the document said, if Kaisa Zulu doesn't show up, guess who goes to jail? Munir goes to jail. So the time came for Kaisa to show up. Munir goes to the courthouse. He's standing in there by himself. The judge comes in and says, Munir, where the hell is Kaisa? Munir says, Judge, I have no idea. I don't know where the hell that guy is. I know I said I'd put my life on the line for him. I know I said that I believe everything he says. I know I said that, but Judge, I've been calling him since morning. He's not answering the phone. Guess what the judge said? Well, the judge said, well, Munir, let me explain to you how it works. You see, when you sign a surety and your homeboy doesn't show up, guess who we sent to jail? Guess who we send to jail? We send you to jail, Munir. Judge looked at the bailiff, said, Bailiff, get his little behind and throw him behind jail. Throw him behind the bars. I'm laughing because it's funny. Honestly, really. I'm not making fun of Munir, but this is what happened. I mean, Munir was so confident. The judge threw Munir away because Kaisa didn't show up. Then they let Munir out. And, through negotiation, Munir kept on telling the judge, Judge, give me 4 more weeks. 4 more weeks, Judge, I'm going to find his behind. I will find exactly where Kaiser Zulu is, and I'm going to bring him over here. 4 weeks elapses. They go to the courthouse, and the judge says, Munir, where the hell is Kaisa? Judge, I know I said 4 weeks, but give me another 2 weeks. I'm going to bring him for you. Well, this kept on going on and on and on. Finally, the judge said, no, Munir, listen, man, this ain't Tom and Jerry. What do you think I am? You think I'm Jerry and you're Tom? I'm not going to run around here in circles, coming to the courthouse, wasting the court's time. You tell me every single time you come here that Kaiser's going to show up. He never does. So here it is, Munir. I'm going to send you to jail. And the only way you're going to come out is if you pay 100,000 kwacha each, you and your homeboy, Mwembeshi. Now, the internet said 50,000. The newspapers are saying 100,000. I don't know who the hell's telling the truth. But I know one thing, somebody coughed up some money. So here it is now. Munir is out because he paid that money to the courthouse. But let me tell you, while many of you know that I spent 6 days in jail. I was at Mwembeshi Prison there for 6 days. I was sentenced to 6 months for the judge found me guilty of deflating 2 bus tires, and they called that malicious damage. I spent 6 days in jail, and I appealed the case. So I'm out on bail pending appeal. But while I was at Mwembeshi, because, you know, the prison guards there, they tell you everything about everybody. One of the things I learned while I was in prison was that everybody, there are all types of people in prison. They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're accountants, they're gardeners, they're surgeons in prison, for goodness sake. They're pilots in prison. Can you believe this? A pilot is in prison. Okay, all types of different people are in prison. And the guards, they have all the information about everybody. So one night I was talking, one evening, early evening, right before we got back, they put us back in the cells, talking to the guards. One of the guards said to me, Kaisa Zulu was over at Chimbokaila when I was a guard at Chimbokaila prison. I said, really? He said, yeah. I asked the guard, I said, what type of prisoner was he? How would you describe Kaiser Zulu's demeanor, the way he was? What was he like when he was in prison? And the guard said something to me so interesting. He says, you know what? That man was under the radar the whole time he was in Chimbokaila. He was quiet. He never spoke out of turn. He was very obedient. He never caused any trouble. He was always respectful. He didn't speak much. He was on the down low. Okay, he was just literally under the radar. He didn't want to attract any attention at all. Anytime he would ask to speak to someone, or if he had a request through the guards, he was always respectful. And I asked the guard, I said, why do you think that was? Because the perception we have of Kaisa Zulu out there is someone that was very bossy and braggadocious and rambunctious and reckless in a way. And the guard said to me, oh no, in prison, there's something about prison, that humbles you. He said, there's something about prison that just brings you down to the base. And he said Kaiser was one of those people that never caused any trouble. He never made a sound. I said, that is so interesting. So that's what I wanted to share with you. What I learned about Kaiser Zulu while he was in prison was that he was a very quiet, unassuming man. Of course, he's on the run now, and he will never come back because he knows if he steps foot in Zambia under this administration, he's going to go to prison for a long time. So I doubt very seriously that Kaiser will ever come back, at least not now, not in this dispensation. Tell me in the comments what you think. Go ahead, break that down for me. Somebody says prison secrets. You think those are prison secrets? Huh? Notorious. All righty. Somebody says people with little behinds are, oh, I thought you meant behind the bars. Sorry. you make a great movie script writer or producer. Somebody says, really, you think so? Hey guys, if it makes you here we go. This is Nara Ranch says this. If it makes you Zambians feel a bit better, apparently Kuchalo Kubulaya, our water company has been pouring a bit of sewage in our water also. Kuliskando breakout kuno. Oh, na imena mkwata ma issues ayo. All righty, well, deal with it. Deal with it. Good morning. Well, hey guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. And don't forget, remember, keep your area clean wherever you are. Don't throw stuff out the window. Adopt the mantra. It's my city, it's my responsibility. If every one of us adopted this mantra, we'd have a clean city and a clean country. Love you guys.